this one should be quite speedy because it's just some broadband data here. It's 7 hours of broadband L-Quad Enhance data on the double cluster. Taken as always from my Bortle 8 city centre back garden. But star clusters like this are fairly bright, they pierce the light pollution, so we don't need very long integration times. Normally, if you've seen any of my other videos or images for nebulae and things, I tend to go 20, 30, 40 hours, but this one, just 7 hours. And the processing, compared to my other projects, is actually fairly simple. So I'm going to do this as speedily as I can. First thing to do is to make a clone of that in case we need to go back. Then I'm going to integer resample because my data is, sorry, the L-Quad is the one we're doing on here, L-Quad. My data is oversampled, so I'm going to downsample it. There we go, this will give us a better signal to noise ratio. Next, we need to run image solver. And this is going to give PixInsight lots of information that will be used for later processes. Now, interestingly, although this is just like one simple broadband image, it actually takes PixInsight longer to run lots of the processes than it does for my other images, just because there are so many stars here. Right, so that's image solver done. Next, I'm going to run the SETI Astro script automatic DBE, just all the defaults here, and this is going to get rid of any background gradients. And then if we do an unlinked screen transfer function, we can see the background gradient that was removed. And this is the result, looking much better, much smoother background. We don't need that one, get rid of that. This is the one that we're working on now. Normally at this stage I would run Blur Exterminator. I'm actually going to skip that for this one because I like the star field, how it looks. I don't want it to be over any sharper really. I like the stars and the bit of glow around the brighter one. So I'm going to skip Blur Exterminator for this one. We're going to head straight on to color calibration. So to do that, a little pre-step here is SETI Astro's find background. Where is it? Find background. There we go. And I'm going to run that. And this will locate a blank bit of background that is going to be used when we run SPCC, which is going to sort out our colors. Region of interest from preview. And that's the background bit that we just selected. And let's run that. Okie dokie, stars should be good colours now. We might like to boost the saturation a little bit or leave them as they are. Next it's time to stretch the data from linear to non-linear. To do that, I like another SETI Astro script, statistical stretch. I'm going to boost the curves here and maybe take this down to 20 and then click preview refresh and see what that looks like. Pretty good. Execute. And here you can see we're actually like not far off done, I would say. I don't do much to star clusters. I like the slightly more naturalistic look. We might want to adjust our curves a little bit. You can see here if I'm just clicking and holding on the black background here, you see those RGB values. So that red-green brutes, 0.13, 0.15, 0.14. That's a little bit bright. For my star clusters like this, I like the background to be about 0.1. So to do that, curves transformation, and just do a little boost of the stars and bring the background down a little bit. It's a little bright still. Yeah, getting there. Let's tell you what, let's run that and then just bring the darker areas, make those even darker. Actually, we're not far off, are we? It really depends on where we look. We're almost there, but to make the background a little bit darker, I'm going to use histogram transformation instead. Just move the left bit. That's just going to darken the background. Let's go with that. Great. Now could boost the stars, the colour a little bit using colour saturation, or could adjust the sharpness. It's a little bit noisy. Let's run some noise reduction. Just to smooth it all out. Right, nice and smooth. And as a final step, something a tip I received, which I do now, which I find to be quite good. If we look here, my stars are a little bit pixelated. So what I do is see if I can remember where it is. Processes. We want resample, don't we? I choose this bicubic spline algorithm. The view selection should be L-Quad ADBE. Go down by 50% and then up by 200%, and that process just smooths out the stars a bit so we don't see as many pixels. There we go. I told you that was going to be super fast. Lots more we could do, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. I might crop in a little bit afterwards, but anyway, you get the idea. Thank you very much, and I hope that super speedy tutorial was of some use to you.